Hey guys, Dave here from Days of Glory Shopworks, and this is a little side project that I haven't really mentioned to any of you because I have so many regular projects to do and so little time that I should have a side project as well. But this one's just for me. I'll show it to you guys in the next video or two that I do on it. Obviously, it's a motorcycle, but the whole where, with, why, and how, I haven't taken the time to explain it. So. But I'm also sure that you're wondering where the transmission build video for Aiden's truck is. Rest assured, we're waiting for one more part for Aiden's truck. So once that shows up, that's when I'll yard the transmission out, strip it down. I do have a parts transmission or available parts for anything like thrust washers, that kind of jazz. In case there's unforeseen issues. I mean, after that, there's certain things you won't know until you start checking it. But this obviously looks like a rudimentary motorcycle seat. Now, I think any one of us can make a motorcycle seat. Like, you look at cafe racers, you look at all kinds of different bikes out there, custom jobs. People make their seat pans out of metal, they make them out of fiberglass, they make them out of wood. It's whatever materials you want to sit your butt down on, apparently. Anything goes. So I decided to make a simple seat. You saw at the beginning there, this seat was in pretty rough shape. The foam was okay, but I also don't like the design. I understand the function of the two-tier seat, but I don't like the design of it, and I don't need a big captain's chair for my butt. What I did was essentially just used as you see, I used a piece of plywood. I braced it in places, cut it out to fit where the fender was sticking up. I didn't want to modify any of the back of the bike at this time. And after that, it was simply building a small tier, hopefully for Natalie to sit on. She's not really excited about motorcycles, but I'm sure I can get her to jump on board with me from time to time. And that's where that little raised up section comes from. Now this foam stuff you're seeing me use and contour and shape, that is, as it looks like playmat foam or anti-fatigue mat foam, and it's called EPA or EVA foam. Sorry, it's called EVA foam, and that's what it's used for, is for walking on, playing on, that kind of jazz. It's those interlocking foam blocks that you get to make a play area for your kids. The best part about it is, as you can see, you heat it up, and well, this stuff it molds for you. You got to hold it in place, and then when you glue it, I end up wrapping it with, saran wrap, basically just household saran wrap, nothing fancy, just to hold its shape. I would say that's the long and the short of it. The stuff, it shapes easy. I tried sandpaper on it. Like I used some 40 grit and some 80 grit, and yeah, it sands with that. Balls up a little bit though. Obviously, it's a foam. The quickest thing to use was my grinder with a flap disc, a 120 grit flap disc. I think worked really well, and that's how I made the basic shape of it. I mean, I test fitted it several times. I'm not too worried about perfection on this bike. Basically, it's to get something comfortable that I'm happy driving. That, and I needed an excuse to practice making seat cover again. So, I mean, it's not always perfect either. The last seat cover I sewed was, oh boy, almost 2 years ago? No, it was a little over a year ago. I sewed it up for my oldest daughter's mini bike, and we put that in the Spring Spectacular Indoor Car Show, which it looked fantastic. I think it was super pretty. You can check out a couple of my older short videos if you go through my feed there, and you can find the mini bike build. It was quite a fun little thing for me. I like these small projects with a start and a finish, and you're gonna get everything going. So, man, sewing this seat, I put a layer of vinyl 2 layers of thin cotton batting and then another layer of vinyl to make an extra cushion top on top of the EVA foam and that regular seat cushion foam that you saw me chop up and cut up. And then I wanted the little extra cushion with the cotton batting and 2 layers for durability, I would say. It took me quite a while. Like, so the whole build on this seat was spent over about 4 evenings. The first evening I did the shaping of the body of it, I guess, with the wood. The next evening I shaped the foam and glued it all down. The next evening I contoured everything and added the top foam and contoured it. And the final was actually a Saturday where I had borrowed a sewing machine from a friend of mine because I don't currently own one. And I took about 8 or 9 hours on that. So the whole build itself that you see here, this sped up footage, is about, oh, the part that you see on camera, let me think about it. I guess it's about 5.5, 6.5 hours. So really not that long for a good turnaround if you're practiced at it. Where I ended up starting a little bit behind the 8 ball. I'd never built the wooden frame before. I'd never shaped the EVA foam before, and I'd never contoured the, well, it's not, I did contour the cushion material. As for sewing the vinyl, I needed to give myself a crash course in it, especially since I was using my friend's sewing machine and I didn't want to damage it. I took half the day on Saturday just practicing stitches, and I still ended up sewing it together wrong at one point as well. You know, and had to pull stitches out, get all that figured out. But I was having lots of stitch depth issues, learning how to set the machine for what the vinyl wanted. Because you can't space it too close together or else you're just going to end up puncturing and tearing the vinyl. I think I did a half-decent job. It definitely gave me a little more to strive for on the next seat I make, which I do have plans for another motorcycle here. I'm not sure if any of you are going to listen this far, but tell me, do you like if I throw a motorcycle on the channel? I've done it in the past, and I've had only a couple short videos on it kind of deal, but if you like seeing motorcycles, I enjoy working on them. I enjoy driving them. If you want to see some more, let me know. If you don't want to see any, hey, let me know. Drop me a comment, guys. I'm really still trying to figure out my content here. We go from mild to wild. I have those of us that want to see an extremely in-depth technical video. I have those of us that want to see us just slam something together and have some fun with it. There's such a wide variety of people and topics and ranges of depth to do that I sometimes get lost in the clutter. Heck, sometimes I don't even videotape anything because I'm just trying to get the job done. But yeah, please let me know. Like, I even towards the end of Aiden's truck, I was doing a video a night just to give an update, and I could happily do one video every day, like a 20-minute or a half an hour video unedited of what I'm actually doing at that moment in time for vehicle stuff. There's always something I'm tinkering with, but I'd really appreciate your guys' input. It makes me I really enjoy it when I get to interact with you. I love all your comments. I gotta say, I'm fairly happy with how this seat turned out. There's a few little rough stitches here and there. I could have lined things up a little bit better. I could have actually built the seat frame a little bit better. And there's even one part that's not even finished yet. I was waiting to find a plastic bezel, because as you can see, I stick a key in the back side of the seat. That's the factory lock from the bike for the actual seat hold down, and I retained that. I need a little plastic bezel to stitch or glue the vinyl onto, just to keep it trimmed nice. But I've got the bezel now. I just have to literally make the hole, glue it on, bond it, clamp it, and then it's set. So that's that's where that's at. But I don't know. What do you think about this seat for a rudimentary deal to have some cushioning and some comfort on the ride to and from work or wherever I'm heading? I think I did okay. It feels like something I can sit on for a long time, say up to an hour or two at a time, and that's the end result goal. If I wanted something that was complete luxury, I would probably have just bent my will towards welding up that rusted up seat pan, and then the guy would go ahead and recover the cushion that was already there, because I still have the cushion. I still have what's left of the seat pan, but I've since unmodified it, we'll say, by taking the pieces off it that were for the that I put on the new seat. But this seat kind of fits pretty nice for the motif I wanted for this bike. And as you can see, a fella got it all fit. I got it all sewed together, and then I go ahead and I'll glue it to the seat itself, to the foam, to hold a contour, because there is a step in the foam, subtle as it is. But just between you and me, Nat doesn't watch the videos too often, but my seat has like 3 or 4 times the cushioning that the upper seat has. So that's between me and you. One day she'll find out, and she'll call me on it, but that'll be a fun joke for another day. But yeah, I think overall this little project was good for my brain. It got me out of Aiden's truck, and it got me into something that I've wanted to do for myself for a little while. We need those projects, right? We need to be able to do stuff for ourselves. We need to be able to just take that extra time, breathe a little bit, let our brains unwind. I was getting pretty twisted working on her truck. As all of you will notice, a lot of you have done this kind of heavy work before, with no sleep and tons of hours, and not knowing if you're coming or going sometimes. But overall, I'd do it again. I probably will do it again, and you guys will see it. So I guess all I'm saying is, I hope you like the seat. If you don't, tell me why. If you do, tell me why. If you don't care to comment, don't comment. If you do, hey, just say hi, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Let's kind of wrap it up, I guess. Here's the seat. She's all done up, and like I said, I test fit it several times. It feels good. I'm very happy with it. It's going to do exactly what I need it to do. So I appreciate you guys sticking around through the whole video, and I just want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. We'll see you on the next one.